What's up, family? Welcome back, basketball fans. Welcome to the channel. So today we diving into one of the hottest topics in the NBA right now, and I've been seeing scouring along the internet. Basically, Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat. Okay, the franchise cornerstone, once held as the savior of the Heat culture, is now at the center of a storm. From public frustration to suspension and trade rumors. Let's break it down, baby. Hit the like button, subscribe, and let's get into it. So. Let's rewind where it all began, right? It all began back when Jimmy Butler recently shocked fans with his post game comments and saying, I quote, I want to get my joy back from basketball. He went on to say that he's not sure he can do that in Miami, though. Now, think about this, folks. This is a guy who's been the face of the Heat since 2019. He led them to the NBA Finals twice, including that incredible run in 2023. Yet here he is publicly questioning his happiness and his fit with the team. That's not just frustration, that's a signal. What happens next? Chaos. But let's check out what he had to say in regards of his joy with the Miami Heat, folks.
And I don't shoot the ball a lot, but we won't sit here and say that I don't play hard.
What will fix it? What do you want to see happen to fix it?
What do I want to see happen? I want to see me get my joy back from playing basketball. And wherever that may be, we'll find out here pretty soon. But I want to get my joy back. I'm happy here, off the court. But I want to be back to somewhat dominant. I want to hoop. And I want to help this team win. Right now, I'm not doing that.
Can you get your joy back here on the court?
Probably not. And I don't shoot the ball.
Well, there you have it, folks. So, look, man, the Heat's reaction to his press conference, his little conference with the media, the suspension that has been the outcome of what he said. And I want you guys to see what the Heat had to say in response to his joy. Okay, folks. So fast forward a few days, not even, just about, I guess. And the Miami Heat responded with a bombshell. They suspend Butler for 7 games, citing conduct detrimental to the team, folks. As you guys can see on the screen, we'll read it in a minute. But here's what's wild. This suspension comes after weeks of Butler voicing his displeasure about his role. The team lacks big moves, or the lack of big moves, and what some say was a deliberate effort by the Heat to sideline him. And the Heat's official statement says they're now open to trade offers, marking a dramatic shift from just a week ago when Pat Riley said Butler was off the table. But here's the kicker. The NBAPA is filing a grievance against the suspension, which shows that this is an issue for far from over. Both sides are digging in, folks. Let's check out the tweet from Miami Heat in regards to responding to Jimmy Butler. It says, Miami Heat statement to Jimmy Butler. We have suspended Jimmy Butler for 7 games for multiple instances of conduct detrimental to the team over the course of this season, and particularly the last several weeks. Through his actions and statements, he has shown he no longer wants to be part of this team. Jimmy Butler and his representative have indicated that they wish to be traded. Therefore, we will listen to offers, right? And here goes my proof in regards to the National Basketball Players Association will soon file a grievance to a dispute the Miami Heat 7-game suspension of Jimmy Butler. Sources tell me, Windhorse ESPN at that person, the grievance process is lengthy. However, it will likely not stop suspension. This is a ESPN NBA insider, a senior ESPN NBA insider who obviously is the ears to the local news or the breaking news throughout the whole franchise of the NBA, right? So then we go to, why is Butler frustrated? Let's unpack it. First, roster upgrades, right? Since Butler joined the Heat, he's been vocal about needing more talent around him. Yes, Bam Adebayo is a star, but where's the consistent third option? Miami watched other contenders like the Celtics and Bucks make big moves. Think Chris, think Kristaps Porzingis, right? Drew Holiday. While the Heat, well, they didn't do nothing. They didn't make a no big move centered around the wishes of Jimmy Butler and him needing more talent around him. Second, team strategy. Butler's usage has decreased, and he's voiced frustration about not being featured enough in critical moments. Instead of being empowered, it feels like he's being sidelined. Now, don't take my word for it, folks. I want you guys to see, as you guys see Shams, the senior NBA ESPN insider, he had his take on it in regards of the big moves centered around Jimmy Butler. Check it out.
But this is a situation where for Pat Riley and Jimmy Butler, that relationship was strong initially when Jimmy Butler decided to go there as a free agent in a sign and trade. And 3 years, for the last 3 summers, Jimmy Butler has urged the Heat, from my understanding, to make moves,
he has.
to elevate the roster, improve the roster, bring in another star around him. And the Heat have not done so. And you think about it, Jimmy Butler led that 2023 playoff run where they beat the Celtics, they beat the Bucks, they go down to murderer's row of teams that year, and he lifts them to the NBA Finals on the doorstep. And what did the Celtics do? They lost to them in the conference finals. They went out and got Drew Holiday, Kristaps Porzingis. The Heat didn't get anyone.
That's right.
But this situation
There you
where
have it, folks.
for Pat Riley,
So, look. Let's look at what's next for Butler in the Heat, right? You know, I want to talk about potential trade destinations appearing, or what may appear, I should say. I'm anticipating. This is my opinion, right? So, what happens now? The Heat are reportedly open to trade offers, right? As I reiterate. And here are a few teams that could make a move for Butler. And I want you guys to let me know down in the comments below what you think about these potential trades. Milwaukee Bucks. They lost Drew Holiday and could use another defensive-minded star who thrives under pressure. 2, Los Angeles Clippers. With Kawhi Leonard and Paul George often injured, Jimmy could be the consistent presence they need. Number 3, Philadelphia 76ers. A reunion with Embiid? It's not out of the question, folks. But the real question is, will any of the teams take the risk? Butler has a $52.4 million player option for 2026. And he's shown he won't stay quiet if he's unhappy. Now, a lot of people look at it like, man, you're spoiled. You know, you're spoiled. You should be focused on playing and stop whining, right? Because he talked about how Pat Riley and Jimmy Butler relationship was strong at one point, but it never recovered after Pat Riley's comments of telling Jimmy Butler to keep his mouth shut if he ain't on the court, right? And this stems all the way back of summer 2024, right? When Pat Riley publicly slammed Butler. And Pat Riley is, we all know, the owner of the team, Miami, right? From my recollection. And basically, it has been tense since that spring of 2024, or since last spring, when Riley announced that the team would not extend Butler's contract before the 2024-2025 season. And Butler could have gotten an extension for as much as $113 million over 2 years. But however, when Butler missed the Heat's first round playoff series loss to the Boston Celtics last season because of a knee injury he suffered in the team's play-in tournament victory, after the loss, Butler gave an interview on social media in which he indicated the Heat would have won the series had he been healthy. And like I said, just to add the context, Pat Riley said, if you're not on the court playing, you should keep your mouth shut. In response, at the end of his end-of-season media session, right? So their relationship never recovered, and it was fractured ever since then, right? And to me, it sounds like a spoiled brat player that gets funneled millions to focus on their game and focus on their craft and do what they're told to do. And this is why the NBA is born. It's been so sensitive. It's been so emotional, right? When you should be focusing. And this is why consumers, the fans, right? They're tuning out. I feel like this play a part in why the NBA has the ratings have went down. Comment down below how you guys feel about that. But look, man, let's check the fan and media reactions, right? Let's talk about how the fans and media are reacting, and some are siding with Butler, saying the Heat failed to maximize his prime. Other thinks he's being selfish, especially given the massive contract he's on, right? And let's not forget the media. One side says Butler's recent behavior, standing in the corner during games and taking low-effort shots, is unprofessional. Others argue he's making a statement about his dissatisfaction with team management. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below, family. So I want you guys to check out individuals' responses from Kendrick Perkins to you guys see Sham right here on the screen giving his take. He's an ESPN NBA senior advisor or insider. Let's check out. This is Bernard Lee, right? This is the agent of Jimmy Butler, right? Now, this all the way back from December 11, 2024, when it was speculation that Jimmy Butler wanted to be traded, right? And it says, the initial post says, the Phoenix Suns are another team that Jimmy Butler's agent, Bernie Lee, has indicated in league circles that the 6-time All-Star is open to as a destination, while Miami leads to trade offers, right? And this was last year, right? And Pat Riley said, no, he's not getting traded. And then here goes Jimmy Butler agent. All right, listen, I gave you a pass yesterday because I was busy. But if you don't stop putting my name in complete utter, you know what? Sugar, honey, iced tea, BS, because you know normally you aren't worth the time to acknowledge. So basically, Jimmy Butler agent debunked the statement and basically called it a lie. This is Kendrick Perkins saying 7 games. What type is that? Pat Riley out of line, man. You know what I'm saying? Response to Sham basically informing us that he has been suspended for 7 games. And Sham responds from my initial take on, remember, Jimmy Butler agent said he's not looking nowhere to be traded. But 8 days after Pat Riley announced the Heat are not trading Jimmy Butler, Miami announces it's open for business for all offers, right? Through his actions and statements, he has shown no longer wants to be part of this team, right? And they are open to listen to all Jimmy Butler offers. So that's what individuals are saying. Individuals are responding in regards of matters of how Pat Riley said one thing and said another, and a drastic change of him changing his perspective and thought, and how adamant he was on Jimmy Butler not being traded, but now he is, and the suspension, you know, let alone him being responsible for his whining. So I want to give my final thoughts, all right? Here's the bottom line. Jimmy Butler is at a crossroads with the Miami Heat, whether it's a trade, reconciliation, or something else entirely. One thing's for sure, though. One thing's for sure, folks. This story isn't over. The Heat need to decide if they're ready to rebuild without their star, and Butler needs to figure out if he's willing to make it work in Miami or start fresh elsewhere, right? What do you think? Should the Heat trade Butler? If so, where should he go? Let's get the conversation started, folks. Let me know down in the comments below. However, I feel like Jimmy Butler tarnished his reputation, or I should say his marketing value. Because if anything, Pat Riley made it expendable, right? In other words, of little significance in regards of Jimmy Butler wanting to be traded compared to the overall purpose of having a strong market value so Jimmy Butler can be traded. That's why he said, you know what? And this is my thought about it. Because individuals are saying Pat Riley basically was saying he wasn't going to trade Jimmy Butler. Now he's saying he open to all offers based on Jimmy Butler actions. But I'm saying I believe Pat Riley was trying to preserve the marketing value for Jimmy Butler, but Jimmy Butler went far off the cliff with those comments of not having joy in Miami Heat, basically whining and being a spoiled brat, getting funneled millions of dollars, and basically tarnished his marketing value himself and kind of hurt himself because Soon as he in his feelings, operating out emotions and not doing best for the team, what team is going to take on Jimmy Butler next with that type of attitude if something is not up to his satisfaction? You get what I'm saying, family? So he took away the overall purpose of his marketing value being preserved, which Pat Riley was doing, by basically throwing himself under the bus with his little rants of spoiledness or whining, right? I'm going to leave it there. Let me know what you guys think about that. Do you guys think that Pat Riley was trying to preserve the market value of Jimmy Butler so he can be traded and they get a valuable asset in return, such as an exchange of another player? Or do you guys think that Jimmy Butler messed up the marketing value for himself? I believe Jimmy Butler messed it up for himself. But I'm going to end it on here with this video, folks, because this is the sentiment that I agree with in him being a spoiled brat. Check this out.
After missing 5 games because he was supposedly sick, okay, and the media, who's supposedly so negative, according to Reddick and everybody else, gave him the benefit of the doubt that he actually was ill-stricken. Then he shows up here the last 2 games. Jimmy Butler is supposed to be one of the great players. You know, we're talking about him going to the Hall of Fame a couple of years ago, and he's such a jerk that he's telling Jared Greenberg during that interview in the finals he's not even showing up. That's how spoiled he is. So he comes back for the 2 games, supposed to be a Hall of Famer, totals 18 points at 11 shots over 2 games. Over 50 minutes, all while he's standing in the corner, taking one-legged threes, disrespecting all that have come before him. Like people like you, Eddie, people like Barkley, who's sitting there last night, who's done 20 million times more for the sport, disrespecting every fan that, you know, spends their money to go watch the Heat in Indiana last night, in South Florida. Everybody that's pouring their time into it, that's pouring their money into it, and they got to watch him making $49 million, acting like a jerk, acting like he's disinterested, acting like he can't be bothered for $49 million for a fan base that has, over the last 5 years, defended this guy to the nth degree. I'm on Twitter. You're on Twitter. Every time we take a shot at Jimmy Butler, quote-unquote playoff Jimmy, or take a shot at the Miami Heat, these people back him up. That's how he repays them.
Well, family, I'm going to leave it there. Let me know what you guys think. If you got some value from this video, give it a big thumbs up. On that note, family, peace.